Shweta Rajpal Kohli standing by with the CII President Hari Bhartia. Shweta, to you, at a time when the unemployment figures in the United States of America are hitting close to 10%, when outsourcing remains a big issue, when the Obama administration has increased visa fees, described one of its senators described Infosys as a chop shop. The business community perhaps has a number of concerns with what's often been described as Obama's protectionist approach to economics. Shweta, it's over to you.
That's right, Barkha. Clearly, Indian industry is hoping that all those concerns with regard to outsourcing, the visa fee, and all those protectionist noises will be raised during President Obama's visit. And who better than CII President Hari Bhartia to talk all about it? Mr. Bhartia, perfect opportunity to raise all those concerns with regard to those protectionist noises that have been taking place in the United States.
You see, I feel at the ground level, we are not seeing too much protection. Of course, politically, a lot of noises have been made, but we are surely going to raise it at President Obama and his team's level that the Indian outsourcing really forms a very small component. And the Indian industry is actually, even by outsourcing, creating jobs in US. So every one job that they outsource, there's 2 jobs being created at a much higher skill level. So I think to that extent, we are contributing. And the profits made through outsourcing is being invested in US. So I think outsourcing overall is benefiting the US economy. And if you look at India's trade deficit with US, it only forms 1% of US trade deficit,
right,
while China is almost half of the US trade deficit. So really, the Indian consumer continues to support the US producers. And I think with our growing consumption in India, we will continue to do that.
All right, Mr. Bhartia, clearly the President looking at India's growth story, hoping that it will help create jobs, especially at a time when we've seen that outcome in the midterm polls, and it is very important for him to send that message back home that, yes, he is doing enough to create jobs. Do you think that will largely be the focus of this evening's event here at USIBC, where he's going to talk about job creation opportunities for the people of America?
Certainly. I think there is a huge amount of cooperation going on between the Indian industry as well as US industry. And what at CII we are looking at is to take this to also to the small and medium sector level. And I think that's where the larger potential lies, where, US is, as you know, is a mecca for innovation. There's great research and innovation going on. India is developing that part of the business. And I think on that level, we see huge opportunity to cooperate and creating jobs on both sides. And I think it's fair to create jobs on the both sides and not only take the US and Indian market, but also the global market.
All right, easing export restrictions on dual-use technology, that's something that Commerce Secretary has indicated to NDTV is an announcement that we will expect. Any other big bang announcements that you're expecting during this visit?
No, really, from my side, I think this is more of a trust building between the 2 countries, and I think that is going to help. If the dual use technology restriction is going to go away, I think that's great news, because that will create opportunities between both our countries, between the companies in India as also in the companies in US. But more than that, I think what we need to see is a strategic partnership between India and US. That's right. The message we want to see.
All right, so plenty of give and take out there, Barkha, as you can see, but clearly the sticky issue of outsourcing is something that the Indian IT industry is hoping it will be able to raise at this evening's event as well, and when Indian business interacts with President Obama. Back to you in the studio.